Geezers and geezettes, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is good. Now, as you know, I am always open to suggestions when it comes to improving my physical fitness and mental fitness, just overall health and fitness, because there's nothing wrong with trying to better yourself. You know, perfection is the end goal, and we're not quite there. We're on the verge, but we're not quite there, you know. And so I had a phenomenal idea. I thought to myself, why not give a few workout routines a go? And then I thought even harder and thought, who has the best sort of physiques? Superheroes, right? Superheroes are basically perfect. And I'm obviously, evidently, a comic book geek, so I'm very much in the prime of peak TV currently as we speak. If you are also a comic book geek, you will completely agree with me. So with that said, I thought I'd delve into the world of celebrities who have done their superhero workout routines. With the new release of Daredevil Born Again Season 2, I'm going to give Charlie Cox's Daredevil routine a try. I found a routine online. I'm not sure if it's 100% accurate, but I'll give it a go anyway. Now, first day was back and biceps day. My favourite day, as you can obviously see, I'm no joke with a back like this and arms like rocks. Now, I did a bit of research on what sort of big exercise he uses. We start off with a warm-up of pull-ups for 3 sets of 10. With Charlie Cox, I think he likes doing a lot of body weight, as his character is supposed to be agile, running on buildings, able to do some form of working out wherever he is. So first we have deadlifts. The key to a strong back is always carrying people, but deadlifts also help keep you sturdy. So what Charlie would do is a 5-set stint for the big compound sort of moves of a 12, 10, 10, 8, 8 reps. Then he would drop down to 3 sets with 12, 10, 8 reps with all the other sort of exercises. Now, one thing you will notice, as I did watching this back, is my form isn't 100% as it gets further through the set. I think that's due to the fact with some of these exercises I don't usually do them, so I'm not as on point with them, which can cause injury, which obviously isn't good at all. But you don't want to have the posture of a quaver, so make sure form is on form. Next we have the dumbbell rows. This exercise is good for lower back, but I'll say now, not recommended straight after deadlifts. Let the lower back breathe a bit first. Again, it can feel uncomfortable if unable to do the right form or if you aren't as confident with it. So we do 3 sets of 12, 10, 8 on either side, obviously with the weight progressing if you wanted to progress. I obviously do because I'm on a different level. Next is a lat pull down. This is a personal favourite. I love feeling the squeeze as you come down and the stretch as you go up. This exercise I use in all my pull workouts, probably one of the most continuous exercises for me. Also a way to get them godlike lats. If you want to have big ass back muscles, you make sure you smash them lat pull downs. After that, we have some biceps. If you want arms like King Kong, remember to do them curls for the girls in this world, because you never know whose husband's scanning in the gym. So we start with the preacher curls, another personal favourite of mine. The squeeze is good, the extension feels good, and the arms, well, they obviously look good. Unfortunately, you can't see them as of yet. Coming in next is an oldie but a goldie. Can't ever fault a good old-fashioned barbell curl. A useful tool to go with that full toolkit in building them biceps. Once again, we came at it with 3 sets of 12, 10 and 8. Completely up to you if you want to push yourself for another, but after the 5 sets of them preachers, it can cause some serious fatigue if you try to do more than you think you can. And another old-fashioned exercise next is the hammer curls. Now, what is a toolkit without a hammer? I often find the grip with a hammer curl, though, is actually better on the outside, because if you haven't got grip like Daredevil with his wank spanners, then you won't be gripping on them roofs and battens like he does. Where it's all personal preference, but for me, I put the thumbs on the outside. Day 2, we're coming in hot with a leg and shoulders day. Not my usual type of split. We started with getting them legs going. The reason we stand, keep moving, the reason I'm able to carry most people on my back. First with the leg press, another 5 sets with the 12, 10, 10, 8 and 8. Now Charlie Cox did in fact squat, but my knees struggle with squats. I don't know if it's old age catching up or if being over 6 foot can cause extra problems. So maybe short kings might be better at them than me. I'm not 100% on that one. Anyway, leg press came in clutch instead. It is a strong one to crack on with. Probably one of only 2 leg exercises I actually love. We finished off big with a PB, actually coming in clutch at the end. As always, pride isn't a sin when good things happen. Words to live by. Next in is the second leg exercise I enjoy, and that is a nice leg extension. You feel it in the quaddies. When you've got good quads and good leg extension, it can be dangerous. Again, Daredevil's got to be running around lifting Kingpin over his head, so the geezer will need some serious god tier legs. Last thing you want is a paralysed hero. But this was a 3-setter again, finishing off strong again with a good squeeze. Next in is the final leg exercise I did, and this one could be a threat to you, but if performed correctly, it can also be a threat to everyone else in the gym. The lunges. Honestly, I've had some rough times with these. The balance can be off, and that will ruin your day. But we did another 3 sets, switched up a bit. I did a 1 set of 20 going up, a 1 set of 20 coming back down, and then I finished with 1 long set of lunges until failure. Usually people say failure can't be an option, but failure can actually be an option in this scenario if you're finishing with lunges. Now, we're going to move on to them boulders. Everyone obviously wants them boulder shoulders. The broadness can make a grown man cry. But not this grown man. We start with a 5-setter of a military press. Not a personal favourite of mine, but when you get a good military press action, you feel next to godly. When you push the bar up, bring your face forward to keep balance though. You don't want to lean back and take all the weight down with you. I'm telling you now from experience, it just brings unwanted attention, embarrassment and pain. Coming in hot next is the side delt raise. This one doesn't have to be a heavyweight. Due to the type of muscle, the lightweights are actually better to prevent injury. Another 3-setter with this one. With shoulders, I find this one is always a must. This and overhead are 2 of the best shoulder exercises to look like Daredevil, in my personal opinion. Remember to pinch the shoulders back though when doing this. Front raise is next, probably the 3rd most important shoulder exercise to gain them boulders. That's in my opinion anyway. I'm not a PT or an expert, so don't quote me on a daily to the bros. Just telling them what you've heard from me is a testimony. Alright? It's not. This is just my take on everything. So we did again, another 3 sets of the front raises. Again, doesn't have to be heavy. Lightweight will definitely do it. It all depends on how you're feeling. But make sure it's not too light that you feel nothing, because you don't want pebbles. Alright, we're not looking for pebbles. Maybe not even looking for stones. We want boulders. Daredevil has them boulders. We want boulders. Alright? Day 3 is a big day. It's the chest and triceps day. A lot of favourites for some. Obviously, it's not really a chest day without the usual bench press, is it? Probably one of the most commonly used chest exercises. You know, you see it in movies all the time, you see it in TV, and the big muscle heads in the gyms, you know, they love it. They love a bit of bench press to show strength and dominance. As it's a big one, we do the 5 sets like Charlie. I'm actually not a big bench presser. I'm a sucker for an incline dumbbell or an incline machine press. But every now and again, a big bench press can make you feel like the superhero that you've always seen yourself as. A good squeeze as you come up, and when you come down, you do that big stretch down. You don't want to smack your chest with a bar or only half-arse it down. We go all the way when coming down. If you can get a PB on the last set, remember what I said earlier. Pride isn't a sin when you get this good. Next up is one of my favourites, as I said earlier. It's a nice dumbbell incline press. See, this one makes me feel godly when I hit it right. If hit wrong, you can get chest like an experienced smoker of 50 years, just burning pain. Trust me, it's happened to me on multiple occasions where I've woke up the next day feeling like, you know, the grieving granny who's done nothing but smoke fucking 70 packs a day. Like, it's not good. Like, your chest is just in sheer agony. But we did a nice 3 sets here, increasing the weight gradually. A good squeeze as we come up, like the bench, you know. It's similar to the bench in a full stretch down as well. You know, you want that good squeeze and you want to fully stretch down, or else you have a pigeon chest. You see, there's nothing worse than a man who only does chest day with a pigeon chest. It's rather embarrassing to see. Here we have a nice decline fly. Again, not a usual one for me, but very, very good. Like, I felt it very much. It's a proper good squeeze coming in. Any sort of fly or pec deck always shows a good squeeze, and you feel it pretty much every time. Like, even if it's sort of light. I find with the flies and the pec decks, it's definitely, you know, even if it's light, the more reps you do, you feel it straight away, which is actually very, well, it's very good for you. As always, it's very good for me, it's very good for you. You know, and also, if you are feeling good and you feel like you've got that good squeeze going, maybe try and hold a pencil in between next time, you know? See how long you can hold it there for. Coming in with the triceps, we started with a skull crusher. Now, make sure you aren't going too heavy or you will end up exactly with the name of the exercise, a crushed skull. Some people like to do these behind the head. I personally prefer them just in front of the forehead. I think if you've got the name skull crusher, you might as well hold it just in front of the skull, you know, just to sort of, I feel like that's the most effective way of doing it. And just, again, in my personal opinion, like I said, don't take my word as testimony for the gym. For effective exercise for a good tricep as well, you know, you want them, you need them back of them arms as big as the front. You know, you want an oval arm, not a semicircle. Alright? A nice tricep extension comes in after with a, you know, Charlie Cox did use a dumbbell tricep extension, but for me, I think a cable is actually a better result. Again, don't listen to me. If you know, listen to me, don't listen to me. It's my personal opinion. Don't take it on board. Don't quote me. If you want to do exactly what he does, then you crack on. I mean, the guy's in unreal shape, like phenomenal shape, better shape than me, you know, so you're probably better off listening to him. But hey, it's another one coming in clutch. It's a personal favorite, and that is the tricep push down. Now, you can use a rope, you can use a bar, or you can use, you know, you can go single arm. Majority of the time I go single armed, but sometimes you switch it up and I use the rope or I use the bar. I actually prefer a bar to a rope. The easy curl bar was tickling my fancy with this one today. I can't lie. Make sure we push that tricep to the limit, but without breaking or locking out. We can't be Daredevil with a flimsy tricep. You've got to be on God tier level in all aspects of the game. In between these days, Charlie Cox did some fighting and boxing training. You know, obviously to keep up with the character arc. His character's a pro martial artist / boxer and knows pretty much every fighting style under the sun. Now me, I am not a fighting professional. In fact, I am not even really an amateur. I need to get into it. For the cardio aspect was I smashed the treadmill. You know, the usual treadmill runs, incline walks. I did it as often as I could, pretty much every day, for like 15-20 minutes a day. You know, sometimes you'll be too knackered to do it. Like after a big leg sesh, I usually feel, that's probably when I feel the worst to do it. But as long as you're doing it majority of the week, it's absolutely sound and you got to keep up with it. Also, Charlie has them washboard abs. You know, the type of abs you could play the glockenspiel on. And I don't. So, I thought, we're gonna have to get glockenspiel abs. However, his ab routine was nowhere to be found. So I did a bit more digging. Again, couldn't find it. So what I did is I used my initiative, and I just found some good ab exercises to keep up with. You know, you got the good old-fashioned crunches. I thought I'd add a weight to the stomach because, you know, I'm not a rookie anymore. And we've got a good old-fashioned Russian twist, a proper personal favourite of mine for the obliques. The ab wheel rollout can be sheer agony, by the way, but honestly, one of the best for the core. And then we've got the V crunches. Now, I'll be honest, my V crunches, the posture's not, the form and posture is not too good, but how I was doing it, I still felt it. To be honest, it felt more just like leg raises with a slight crunch. So, and you know, you finish up the mass murder of the core with the hanging leg raises. Now, 90 degrees is preferred. But if you feel on Daredevil's level, then you can keep going up. Now, for me, again, I'm not 100% confident with the hanging leg raises. So I did a hanging knee raise instead. But again, it's still effective. You still feel it in the core, and it's not like you're not getting anything out of it. Bearing in mind, once you've conquered the core day, you will feel like you've eaten a Vindaloo and drank 5 monsters. Your stomach will be an absolute bits the next day. And you may struggle to remove yourself from bed. And in fairness, you crack on. Stay in bed, have a nice bed rot, because who doesn't love a good bed rot? Let's be honest now. Come on. So that was Daredevil's workout routine I found. Again, I'm not sure if it's 100% accurate. So please don't quote me. Please don't use this as testimony. You know, I've said it multiple times already in this video. But if you want to give this one a go, just you search it, you find it, you give it a crack. Maybe next year when season 3 comes out, I'll give it another go and progress, and maybe I'll add the fighting. So we'll see. But I will rate it. I will rate this workout maybe a 7 out of 10. There's a fair few of my favourite exercises in there. A few that I'm not too keen on. It's not a massive change from my usual routine, and I did have to change a couple of things due to bad knees and yeah, other problems. Yeah, there are a couple of differences, but none that cause too much chaos for me. As I've said, don't treat my words like testimony. I'm only a simple demigod looking to extend his workout methods to become the full thing, or a prime superhero, because who doesn't love that? Hey. But yeah, this is the first of a few I plan on doing. I'm not 100% sure on what I'll be doing next. I'm looking into, I'm a big fan of The Boys, and obviously that latest season has just started, so I may look into doing maybe one or two of them. I'm a big fan of Soldier Boy, so I might give Jensen Ackles one a go, because let's be honest, Jensen Ackles is probably one of the most top tier gentlemen in the world. That's Mr. Tasty, and Soldier Boy is goated in the show. But yeah, if you have enjoyed, then please don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, leave a positive comment, but constructive criticism is beneficial towards me. If you haven't subscribed, why not? Please, just hit subscribe. You know, it takes 2 seconds. Bosh. Just hit the bosh. You know what to do. Do the Quasimodo, ring the bell to turn notifications on. Yeah, tell your friends, tell your family, tell, you know, colleagues about me. Tell everyone that you lay eyes on. Tell the world what you saw today, because there will be more like it. I don't mean to disappoint. But yes, I will see you in the next video. Love and respect, N.A. Bizzle.